Hey guys, welcome back to Phil Plays TCG, and today we are talking about the degenerate, dirty, scummy way to play Goku Black. And if that interests you, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this. Before we hop into this video, I just want to make a quick, do the little YouTube thing and say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 800 subs. At the time of recording, we are only 20 away. So I really appreciate any and all support if you haven't already done that. If you like One Piece and Dragon Ball content, especially the new Fusion World set that we're talking about today and going to be doing more in the future, hit that subscribe button. You're going to be right at home here. So thank you so much, guys, for everybody who's helped me get this far. And let's jump into the video. So basically, I did a video not too long ago talking about the Goku Black archetype in the first set of Dragon Ball Super Fusion World. To be honest with you, after more testing, it's just not it. The archetype is too... The archetype basically bogs down the Goku Black leader. The leader is too specifically attached to his own archetype. He doesn't do generically anything good on his backside. So, as of right now, as it stands, he's the worst of the three blue leaders we have to currently work with. Now, of course, in the future, if more Goku Black archetype stuff is printed, that might change. But for now, he's by far the worst. But someone has discovered how to properly play him, or I guess the best way to play Goku Black. And that is to be degenerate as all hell and swing 40k crit every turn. So, if that interests you, you're gonna find this really fun. So, basically, as you can see on screen here, the whole point of this deck is to swing crit. So, you will not awaken your leader until you are going for that final swing. When your opponent is down to just one life, that is when you will awaken your leader to draw one, and then you're swinging with that 20, and then you draw an additional one. This is going to help secure your win. But for 90% of the game, you are going to be playing on the front side, even if you are well below the ability to, the life total needed to awaken. You also may want to awaken if you really need that boost, because awakening to draw you an extra card could save you if your opponent is going in for game. So just to throw that out there, but primarily you will be playing on the front side. So, how are you swinging in for 40k? Let me explain. So these are the three cards you're going to be primarily using when it comes to the, this deck here. These are the cards you're going to be cycling the most. And those cards are the 1-drop Pilaf. I almost said 7-drop Pilaf. That's not true. The 1-drop Pilaf with the ability, if you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, add up to 1 card with a cost of 1 or less with the Earthling tag and its special traits from your drop to your hand. We've already discussed this in previous videos that the Pilaf card is absolutely broken. Being able to recycle any 1-drop Earthling, including itself, for that infinite combo is just disgusting. Now, the next two cards here, Final Hope Slash and Bulma, kind of just bring that all together. We've already established that in a previous video, but I'll talk about it here. Final Hope Slash is a Earthling 1-drop card, so it can be targeted by Pilaf. Final Hope Slash's ability is activate battle during your turn, choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards, and it gets 20k power for the battle. Then, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 2 or less and return it to its owner's hand. So, as you can see here, combined with Goku Black's frontside critical ability, being able to, with Final Hope Slash, you're going to be swinging 40k crit on your front side, which crit in this game is very, very good right now. Maybe not on leaders, but for the most part, it is very, very good. This just guarantees you that ability to land that hit and deprive your opponent of resources. Now, Bulma, a 1-drop Bulma, once per turn, activate main if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand. During this turn, the next time you use an extra card from your hand, reduce the cost by 1 blue. So, you see what I'm getting at here. You play Bulma on your turn 1. Like, say you go second because you want to go second with this deck. Play Bulma on your turn 1 going second. It now makes your Final Hope Slash card here, free. You swing with your leader, play Final Hope Slash for free, bounce Bulma back to hand. So now you brought her back so she can't be KO'd, and then you've just delivered a 40k swing. So, as you can see here, the goal of the game, or goal of this deck, is to constantly cycle Final Hope Slash into your leader swings. And that's easily done with Peel Off. And with Bulma, you essentially make it free to play. You're never going to have to pay that one cost to use Final Hope Slash. And Bulma, with Bulma's ability, that can be done multiple times in a turn. In fact, I have done that before, where I play Bulma, use her ability, bounce her back to hand with Final Hope Slash to play her again, and then use her ability again to play another Final Hope Slash for free on whatever card I have. In fact, I once bounced a hand where I was able to play 2 Final Hope Slashes on my leader effect for a 60k swing. It's nutty. Let's go over some of the plays here. All right, so sorry, I had to tweak some things on here kind of shoddily, so I apologize about that. Promise to do better a bit in the future. But anyway, once again, we talked about this. With Bulma and Final Hope Slash, you are doing a free 40k crit swing with your leader. With Peel Off, by playing Peel Off, you're able to recycle Final Hope Slash from your discard pile back to your hand. Then, with Peel Off, you're able to grab Peel Off back from your trash, so you constantly have cards to cycle. Now, what you primarily want is 1 Bulma, 1 Final Hope Slash, and 2 Peel Offs. And you can do with these 4 cards, you can do so many crazy little combos here. Basically, you always want to make sure you have a way to recur your Final Hope Slash, because if you are unable to recur your Final Hope Slash, the game is just a ton harder for you. So, basically, with Peel Off on board, you grab Final Hope Slash from the trash, bring it back to hand. Play Final Hope Slash, bounce Peel Off back from your board to your hand. Then, once the battle is over, play Peel Off to grab Final Hope Slash once again. Now, the reason why you need a second Peel Off is if your opponent, is able to get rid of your current Peel Off, you need a way to get that Peel Off back. So, play Peel Off, grab Peel Off, now you're safe. Then, play Final Hope Slash, bounce the Peel Off back to hand. Then, once the battle's over, play Peel Off once again to grab Final Hope Slash back from the trash. Then if your opponent is able to get rid of your Peel Off again, you have that second Peel Off to get that other Peel Off back. It's a disgusting combo. Bulma I do believe it is 100% necessary for Bulma to be on the board for the deck to be the best, but eventually you will not be able to keep recycling Bulma. Unfortunately, that's just not possible because, yeah, she only costs 1 to play, but you're paying that 1 may take away your ability to play multiple Peel Offs or multiple Final Hope Slashes. So try to keep Bulma on board as long as you can, but worst case scenario, if you need to get rid of Bulma, you can get rid of Bulma. But yeah, this is such a disgusting combo, but there are some weaknesses, which we will go over. Now, weaknesses for this deck from my testing here. First is red/crit. So, the way this works, because you're never going to awaken unless you absolutely have to. You're not going to be able to draw a card every turn, thus you're going to run out of resources. You let your opponent hit you, so that way you can at least get cards from your life to your hand to help defend yourself. Because you want to keep this combo going, and you want to keep just swinging in crit so your opponent loses resources or has to trash a bunch of resources from hand in order to survive those crit swings, which either way, not a great scenario. The problem is when you are playing red and they swarm the board with cards with the tag crit, it is a lot harder for you to do that because they're going to be playing the same game you are. They're going to be swinging in crit. They can't, you can't sacrifice a lot of cards in hand to get out of crit. So you're not going to be getting any resources either, which sucks. Wide board, same thing. You don't have a lot of resources to defend in this deck. you're primarily just cycling cards in that combo. There are a couple cards that will allow you to swing into your opponent's cards, and we'll get into those in a sec. But wide boards, not great either. Same thing with tall bodies. You're not going to be very defensive either. So if a tall body swings in, you're primarily just going to take those hits. But for the most part, red is by far the scariest thing to play against. Going into the deck that started this whole conversation here, somebody posted up on the Dragonball Super Fusion World community page a deck that they've been using to primarily secure lots of wins. I'll make sure to put their name in the description down below, because for the life of me, I cannot remember what their name was. I do apologize. Hit me up in the comments if this is you, because this is fantastic. I really like your work here. So basically, this is the deck that they've been running. As you can see, it is a lot of 1-drop cards, with the highest cost card in this deck being a 3-cost body, if we don't count the super combo. But basically, your whole point of this game is to just play low to the ground as possible, with a couple battle cards that on play can do some neat effects. The best way to describe this is you have to get you have to find your final hope slashes as soon as possible. You have to have your peel-offs in hand so you can get that infinite cycle going. And the best way to do that is with the 4-drop pan, the 1-drop pan, 4 of, which allows you to on play draw 2, trash 2. So you want to cycle through cards out of your deck, maybe put a card into the drop area that you're going to be able to get back, but you want to see your pieces as soon as possible. We do run 2 copies of the Zamasu just because you do want the ability to turn for a 1-drop bounce a 2-cost back to hand, which works great if your opponent has low to the ground blockers, which are usually like 1 to 2 costs anyway. So this allows you to bounce something back to hand in preparation of you're trying to go in for that next swing. You don't want blockers around, which works wonderful because you can use the Final Hope Slash ability to bounce Zamasu back to your hand, which will allow you to keep bouncing their low to the ground blockers. You have the 4 Gallic Guns, because obviously you want to be able to defend yourself. This is going to be your best defensive tool. 2 Sinister Sickles to help clear wide boards, being able to bounce 2 4 costs back to the bottom of their deck. Piccolo is a great card to grab any extra cards from the trash if you need them. Final Flash, of course, to remove 5 costs to the bottom of the deck. 1-drop Trunks is your cantrip. Goten is just a 1k, 15k body, because you primarily want to play your battle cards to swing into your opponent's battle cards. Your leader is the only card that's ever going to swing into your opponent's leader. So you have your 15ks to go after the 15k bodies. You have the 3-drop Vegeta, which has the at the end of your turn activate ability. If you have 7 or less cards in hand, you restand him, so he stays safe. You have the Trunks blocker, which I don't understand too well about this card, but it's a blocker with the ability on KO, add 1 card from your life to your hand. So sometimes you do want to add cards from your life to your hand just to help get you some more resources. The 2-drop Trunks Youth card is going to be your a cheaper way to swing in KO your opponent's battle cards, being a 25k body as long as you have 7 or less cards in hand. So all in all, this deck is really neat. And I've been having a lot of fun playtesting it.